Imagine being less than 18 and starting a business because you feel sorry for somebody. This is what I did, and this was my biggest business mistake. So let's talk about it so you can learn from my experience. So hi guys, welcome to the Smiling Professor, where learning is fun. My name is Dr. Bukola, and today we're going to focus on lesson you can learn from my biggest business mistake. When I was less than 18, I decided to buy a taxi for a driver just because I felt sorry for him. Let me give you the background story. During my undergrad, me and my siblings had a favorite driver who drove us around school. And because the university was changing its policy, this particular man was not going to be able to use his taxi within the university. So he came to me and told me to please invest in him by buying him a car that he could use for business, and he will be giving me some certain amount of money every week. At first, I told him I was not interested in buying a taxi because I wasn't interested in doing business at the time. I just got into the university and I would like to settle down. But he told me some sad story of how his family was going to suffer, how they will have no food to eat, and this is going to be a win-win on both sides. He will find a taxi that I could afford, and the money that he'll be providing me every week would be enough for me to survive. And I believed him without doing any of my research, which was my first mistake. If you know anything about the taxi business, it is actually very competitive, no matter the country you're in. Drivers compete for customers, and depending on your country, it has a high operating cost. What do I mean? Because it is constantly in use, it requires high maintenance. And if I had done any research, I would actually discover this and know that this would not be a good business to go into, as the maintenance fees is actually expensive. But I didn't do any of this. I just felt sorry for him. I believed everything he said. I said, okay, instead of me to leave him to suffer, I like him. He's a good driver. He's been driving me and my siblings around. Let me help him by investing in him. No. That was the wrong thing I did. So I went ahead and told him, okay, if you find any taxi or any car between this price range, I'll buy it for you, because I thought he would never be able to find it. But to my greatest surprise, he did. He found the taxi within the budget I gave him. So I had no other option than to actually buy the taxi. Or wrong, sorry. I actually had an option. I just chose to buy the taxi because I believed in what he said. Another business lesson you can learn from this is, please don't be like me. In this particular case study, make sure that you actually know the industry you're going into. So before now, I knew a lot about sales. As most of you who watch my videos for years would know, I used to help my mom operate her different businesses, but none of them was in the transportation business. So I had no idea about taxi business. Therefore, I had no business investing in an industry I had no idea about. After investing all my pocket money in buying this man a taxi, after 3 weeks, he came to return my key to me, telling me some sad story that his brother, who trained his siblings and himself, has decided to buy him a taxi, which I later found out was a lie. Another student who he liked, he had also convinced to buy him a taxi. And when he returned the key to me, I told him, I don't want a car in school. What am I supposed to do with a car right now? I don't want a car. Because at the time, I didn't see the point of having a car. I realized that to actually drive a car in school needed a lot of money. When I found out about it, I actually asked him, and all he could say was he has the right to choose whose taxi he wants to drive. And I quickly reminded him of the fact that I did not come to him, but he rather came to me with the offer of buying a taxi, and I did not intend to drive a car in school, but he promised to get me another driver. I was very offended and hurt by his actions. There was little to nothing I could do at the moment. If you're liking this video so far, please click the like button and leave a comment down in the comment section below, because it helps boost the video. And don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Now let's go back to our topic of discussion. What lesson can you learn from this? So, before you hire anyone, you should get to know their character. And that is why we have things like interviews, because during interviews, you get to talk to people, you get to have a preset questions, and you can see how they respond to different scenarios. But remember, I did not hire him. He rather came to me. And because of this, I never actually took the time to assess his character, to know the kind of person he is, to know his values. And this was a very expensive mistake I made. Never ever start a business for someone just because you feel sorry for them. Don't ever do it. Except you intend to make no money from the business and you're going to leave the operations of the business to the person without caring if you make profit or you make a loss. At the end of the day, I had several different drivers that caused me different issues, and I had to drive the car myself at the end of the day. But if you want to hear the full story, please let me know down in the comment section below, and I can make a whole video about my taxi business journey. If you've also made mistakes by starting up a business for someone based on emotion, this could be friends or family members, please let me know down in the comment section below. And please also let me know what business lessons you actually learned from this experience. As most of you know, I went ahead to do successful businesses, but it's also good to highlight the business mistakes that business professional makes, because people can actually learn from this. I want to say thank you to everybody who's watched to the end of this video. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. We discuss business and management topics. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like and share my videos and hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. Thanks guys. Bye.